Hello everyone, welcome to Kshitij Career. This is video about Introduction to Biotechnology. This is second part of video. Myself Ishani Ashish Lad. I did my MSc in Agricultural Biotechnology. So in last lecture we see about the definition of biotechnology, different branches of biotechnology and various types of tissue culture. In this lecture we see about different types of tissue culture based on. So this is the general idea about or general protocol of plant tissue culture. So for the process of plant tissue culture, first step is the selection of mother plant. So the mother plant must be healthy and free from any diseases, and it contains the characters like high yield, good quality and disease resistance. Later on, the next step is selection of explant or collection of explant. A cut portion of a plant or a tissue which is used for initiation of an in vitro culture is called as an explant. It may be a leaf, it may be a stem, it may be a root, it may be a flower. So after that, these explant are trimmed and they are surface sterilized by using various surface sterilizing agent, that is sodium hypochlorite, silver nitrate, ethanol. After that, they are washed with several times to remove the traces of that chemical. After that, final trimming is done, which is done under laminar airflow, and after that the culture is transferred aseptically onto the media. It may be present in the plates or in a bottle. Such flasks are kept in a growth room or known as incubation room, where there will be controlled air, light, humidity and temperature. Whenever the tissues are placed onto the culture media, after the few days a mass of cells are developed. It may be a callus. When the tissues are placed onto the culture medium, within a few days mass of cells develop due to active division of tissue cells, and so that these cells are then transferred to the another medium which containing the growth hormone. According to our purpose, we added various growth hormones. For example, if we required to develop shoot culture, then we added high concentration of cytokinin and low concentration of auxin. And whenever our interest is to obtain roots, then added high concentration of auxin and low concentration of cytokinin. And our objective is to develop the calluses, then we made equal concentration of that auxin and cytokinin so that we get desirable calluses. So after this subculture, according to the media or according to the growth hormones, the plant parts get developed. Whenever the plants are regenerated in a tissue culture bottles or in a tissue culture jar, then the important procedure is hardening. This is the method in which the tissue culture plants developed in artificial media are habituated to grow in natural environment. So firstly, these plants are taken out from the nutrient media, washed thoroughly with water. Then these plants are grown in netted plastic pots filled with nuclear nutrient medium, or it may be contain the combination of soil or cocopeat or combination of soil, vermicompost, etc. According to the crop, media in that pots are maintained, and this is kept in a greenhouse for 6 to 8 weeks. This is called as primary hardening. After that, these plants are transferred to the poly bag, which are filled with potting mixture and then grown under shade house for 6 to 8 weeks. This is called as secondary hardening, and after that these plants are slowly adapted to the natural environment, and after that they are transferred into the field. So this is the general protocol of plant tissue culture. In this lecture we see about different types of culture based on their plant parts used. So first is the seed culture. So first to select the healthy seeds, then they are introduced into the culture aseptically. After that, there is induction of embryo and maturation is take place. Firstly, embryos are induces and they slowly get matured, and after that embryo germination is take place. Then we are transferred into the another medium which containing the growth hormones, so that whole plants get developed. Seed culture technique, it is useful for elimination of virus. It is useful for induction of multiple shoots. It increases the efficiency of germination. Then next culture is anther culture technique. Anther culture, it is the technique of culturing anthers at precise and critical stage, which can be isolated from unopened flower bud and culture on artificial medium. So here we use the unopened flower bud because there is less chances of contamination. The microspore present in anther, which are developed into embryoids or callus, which gives rise to the haploid plants. So this is the flow chart or the procedure of anther culture technique. Firstly, the unopened flower buds. Unopened flower buds are selected. After that, they are cut, and under laminar airflow, surface sterilization treatments are given. After surface sterilization treatment, they are washed several times with distilled water to remove the traces of that chemicals. Later on, they are transferred into the plates or in a petri dish, and this is coated with a scalpel. After that, removal of stamens from the bud, and we separate the filaments. These filaments, which contains the anthers, are placed into the nutrient medium. Then, according to the growth hormones we are provided, they undergo either embryogenesis or they undergo organogenesis. Genesis means formation. Organogenesis means what? Organ formation. Here is embryogenesis means what? Embryo formation. According to the growth hormones we applied into the media, according to this they gives rise to either organs or they gives rise to either embryo. Anthers are developed into the organ. For example, firstly they develops the shoot. After shoots are formed, they are transferred into the another medium which containing the rooting inducing hormone, so that the roots are formed to the shoots, and so that we get the haploid plants. And in case of embryogenesis, embryos are formed. These embryos are further going to induction, then embryo maturation, and then later on embryo germination. And from the embryo germination we get the haploid plantlet. So from only anther culture or pollen culture technique we get haploid plants. The next technique is pollen culture. In pollen culture, it is the in vitro technique by which pollen grains, specifically at uninucleate stages, squeeze out from the anthers and then cultured into the artificial media, where in this method microspore, pollen are also known as microspore, produces the male gamete, but in this case without producing male gametes they are developed into either embryo or into the organ by embryogenesis or organogenesis. So what is the actual protocol? Firstly, the anthers are placed into the liquid medium in a petri dish. Then pollen grains are removed from the anthers either by natural dehiscence or by mechanical method. After that, this pollen grain suspension is prepared in a liquid medium having about 10 pollens per 0.5 cc of the medium. After that, over each filter paper disc, 10 pollen grains are transferred. Then petri dish containing the pollen grain in the culture media are sealed with parafilm. This is done to avoid any contamination problem, and they are incubated at 28 degrees centigrade in a dark for 14 days. After 14 days, the culture is kept in illuminated chamber in light condition at 25 degrees centigrade and a day length of 12 hours. 3 to 8 weeks may be required to obtain haploid plants. Haploid plants are those plants which possesses single set of chromosome. These converted into double haploid plant by using colchicine treatment. So this double haploid plant possesses the loci which are homozygous, so that chromosome doubling creates pure homozygotes or fully inbred line. So what are this application in a plant breeding is that it shortens the time which is needed to create pure homozygous line, which can either be released directly to farmer as a cultivar or used as genitors for the production of hybrid seeds. So the primary advantage of the double haploid plants is to possess a phenotypic stability due to the fact that an allele are in a homozygous state. So, this double haploid plants increases the efficiency of plant breeding technique. These are the application of anthrax and pollen culture. It is used for the study of genetic recombination in higher plants. It is used for the production of haploid plants. These haploid plants are further used for the study of mutation. For instance, homozygous inbred lines we are obtained by using this anther and pollen culture technique. Various secondary metabolites, for example, Hyoscomus niger, which are obtained by anther culture having higher alkaloid content. Then next one is callus culture. So what is meant by callus? Callus, it is the mass of unorganized cell. For callus culture, aseptic preparation of plant material is done. After that, they are placed into the suitable nutrient medium. Incubation of culture under controlled physical conditions. Here temperatures must be maintained 25 plus minus 2 degrees centigrade. Photo period, that is 16 hours light and 8 hours dark. Light intensity maintained between 2000 to 3000 lux and relative humidity 55 to 60%. So, after the 3 weeks, actively growing calluses can be initiated into the culture media. These calluses may be a subculture to get rapid mass of that callus, or they may be subjected to organogenesis to getting the desired organ or whole plant from the culture. There are the various application of callus culture. Whole plant can be regenerated in a large number from callus tissue. Callus tissue is a good source of genetic variability. Cell suspension culture can be initiated. What is meant by cell suspension culture? Single cell of callus is taken out and then it is poured into the nutrient medium, which must be present in the liquid state, and they are continuously agitated onto the shaker, and so that because of providing more airspace there is large growth of cells or occur, and further that this can be used for the isolation of secondary metabolite or for induction of mutation. It is very useful to obtain commercially important secondary metabolites. Several biochemical assays can be performed from the callus culture. Next culture is protoplast culture. What is meant by protoplast? Cell without cell wall is known as protoplast. Mechanical isolation is done by breaking open each cell compartment to liberate the protoplast. And enzymatic isolation is done by using various cell degrading enzymes such as cellulase, hemicellulase, pectinase and macroenzymes. So, this isolated protoplast can be cultured either liquid medium or agarified medium. Then the cultured protoplast can reform a new cell wall around them. Once the wall is formed, the protoplast become a cell. At that time, sometime there is fusion of that protoplast is take place, which is known as protoplast hybridization. The cells from protoplast subsequently enter the cell division, which is followed by the formation of callus and cell culture. This is used for the study of osmotic behavior, study of indole acetic acid action. This is used for somatic hybridization. Somatic hybridization means what? The fusion of protoplast. Somatic hybridization is done in between either of same species or in a different species. It is used for the study of cell wall formation. Study of photosynthesis from isolated protoplast is done. Isolation of bacteroids from the root nodule can be done by using protoplast culture, and induction of mutation and genetic variability can be studied by using that protocol culture. Like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video.